Good morning from Nebraska, folks. Time to stir up some breakfast, and I got a hankering for something uniquely Nebraska this morning. We're going to make what's called Carl cakes, and it's a type of pancake that I first ate here in Nebraska when I visited one year. I was sitting down at the breakfast table with my aunt and uncle, and my aunt serves up what appears to be just normal pancakes, and I bite into them, and there's corn inside the pancake. At first, it struck me as peculiar, as it would most people. But then, as I got to eating those pancakes, I realized that it's pretty darn good. So, I'd never had them before, and it was a favorite of my Uncle Carl, who lives here in Nebraska. He brought his family back out here in the early 80s, moved from California. And they did custom harvesting, and the harvesting had all dried up in California. So you had to go where the work was. So that's why they moved back here in the Midwest. But Nebraska is corn country for sure. And I'm assuming that's how the corn made it into the pancakes. But I call them Carl cakes now, after my uncle, in tribute to my uncle. So I'm going to make them for you and show you how they're made. And hopefully you try them. So let's get to it. So I went down and retrieved some of our good breakfast sausage that we made out of our hog that we butchered here in the fall. And really good flavor. The reason why I put them in these packages and we flatten them all down, because you don't even have to thaw them out. You just throw it right in the skillet. It'll thaw out in the skillet and cook right in the skillet, and then you cut it up into however many pieces that you want. So we've got that going. We've got the heat on low underneath that to get it going. So grab your mixing bowl, whatever your favorite little mixing pitcher is. And for me, if Kelly was here, we'd mix up a little bit more. We'd use this whole can here that we're going to use. But since she's not here, I'm only making about half as much. So I've got about 2 cups of a complete pancakes mix, the kind that you just mix water with. It's got everything else in the mix. Everybody has their favorite. Mine used to be Krusteaz, but now I'm leaning towards the Mrs. Butterworth now. I enjoy that. So to that, about 2 cups of complete pancakes mix, we're going to add some creamed corn. But before I do that, I want to show you a little trick with your can opener. Everybody seems to enjoy my little tricks and tips, so I always pass them on. If you've ever used a can opener and clicked it on the side of the can and you run it around and it doesn't cut all the way around, you'll get about 3/4 of the way around and it'll skip a spot, and then you'll get to the end and it'll kind of skip that spot and you can't get the lid off. Well, chances are you could be using your can opener incorrectly. So most people will clip it on like this. Well, if you look at the little piece they have sticking out here, put that down on the top of your can and click it on like that. I've already cut this one off. But do it from the top to where your cutter goes into the side of the can instead of the top of the can. And then run your cutter around like that, and then your top comes right off. It doesn't stick. There's no sharp edges on the lid, and it comes right off. So give that a try next time and see if you like that technique a little bit better. I'm going to use about half of this can. Like I said, if Kelly was here, we'd use this whole can, a little bit more pancake mix, and you can even save some for like the next day or whatever. But we'll use about half of that can of creamed corn, and that's obviously not enough liquid to moisten that pancake mix, so we're going to add whatever water we need to get it the consistency that we want. Now, mixing pancake mix, you don't have to follow the recipe on the box. You can eyeball this. There's a wide range of thicknesses on your pancake batter that will work. It just matters how thick you like your pancakes. The thicker the batter, the thicker your pancake's going to be. The thinner the batter, the thinner your pancakes will be. And I like a thin pancake. I don't like them super big cakey pancakes. So I'm going to add a little bit of water, a little bit at a time, and stir it up until it gets the consistency that I like. And we'll show you what that is. So here's our consistency. Probably just a little bit thinner than what you'll normally see most people use. But I like that. You're going to see me use these tools a lot in our videos. I love these little spatulas. It's got a heat-proof spatula on one end. It's got a spreader kind of cutter on the other end you can use for bagels or whatever. Fantastic Pampered Chef item. I don't buy all of their items, but there's a few that we just love. We got a bunch of these because we use them all the time. So that's what it looks like. So we're going to heat up our little skillet and we'll get some cooked. Our sausage is starting to cook nicely. We're going to have breakfast here pretty quick. Another reason to cut your can this way is the lid fits back on there pretty nicely. And you can put that in the fridge and save it for tomorrow or the next day. Alright, we got our sausage cooked. We got our first Carl cake in the pan. I just spray the pan with some cooking spray. If you're not a fan of cooking spray because of ingredients or whatever, get you one of them little spritzer thingies and just put some vegetable oil in it or something. It'll work just as good. Now for those young folks that aren't real experienced at cooking pancakes, a lot of people mess up their first pancake. The saying is your first pancake is the worst and your last pancake is the biggest. Because you just want to get done and you pour it all in the pan. But see these little bubbles that are forming in your pancake? When these bubbles all over through here, when they pop and they no longer close up, when they leave a hole, kind of like it's starting over here, when your whole pancake is like that, when all those little holes are open, that's when it's time to flip your pancake. I'll show you what it looks like when that happens. We're getting real close. I'll come back. Alright, so you see the pancake, how all those holes are open? So we're going to flip that baby over. There we go. Beautiful pancake. We're going to make a couple more of these. Alright, we got our first pancake off. I like to put butter on it as soon as it comes off so it's still hot enough to melt the butter. We got our next pancake in. I always spray a little bit more spray before I throw the next pancake on. But we'll get a couple of these made and we'll start to eating. Alright, second pancake off. A little shot of spray. Grab our mix. Looking good. Tilt the pan a little bit. That's probably all we're going to do. Maybe I'll make that last one up and give Brandy a little treat. Alright folks, there's our beautiful stack of pancakes, Carl cakes. We're going to add a little syrup. Yummy. Of course, we're going to put some syrup on that sausage too. Makes it amazing. Wow, my tummy's grumbling just looking at that. You ready for your pancake? Yeah. So, that's the Carl cake, folks, in honor of my uncle. The tribute to him. He's no longer farming anymore. Not getting around as good as he used to. But we still love him, of course. And this is always going to be something that keeps his memory alive. Every time I have these Carl cakes, I'm going to think of my Uncle Carl back in that old farmhouse, having breakfast with him and my aunt. Almost brings a tear to my eye. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Give these Carl cakes a try. It may sound weird, but I think you're going to like it. Love you guys. Bye. Sit. Mmm. That good carl cake? Yeah.